Hey guys, my name is Melissa, and this is my round 2 audition video for Painting Drama 1. I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you guys so much. Moving on to my questions. Question number 1, what is your greatest strength? I think my greatest strength is and continues to be my heart. And by that I mean, my inner strength and my my passion, my willingness to do the hard work, it's going to take to, get where I want to be. And also just continuing to try and be a good person. I think that's so important. And as far as my biggest struggle, when I did the Spark audition, I said, self-doubt. And I think that's still there. But I could add and say that I tend to sometimes get overwhelmed. And I don't necessarily mean by the work I have to do, but just being an artist can be overwhelming. Maybe we're just like that. But, seeing all the art around you and, the opportunities, or maybe they aren't, my brain won't shut off. So just learning to chill and get outside for a bit, take a walk, play with the dogs. So that's definitely something I'm going to try and work on for sure. Number 2, what are your big dreams? Well, the big overarching dream, of course, is to be able to do art for a living and not have to rely on another job, to make ends meet. That would just be amazing. Ever since I was a kid, being an artist has been my big dreams, and that is not going away anytime soon. But within that, I'd love to be able to art direct a team someday, in a project situation. I think that would be amazing. I love being part of a team, and I think that would be just a great experience. And also, a big dream would be to see a personal project from start to finish. I think we all can relate how hard this is to do. And maybe it's less about how it is, once it gets out in the real world and all that stuff. It's more just the personal pride of I saw that through to the end. That's huge. That's huge. And then also a big dream of mine, more just life big dream is just to be content. I've spent so many years feeling discontent, and as I get older, this just becomes more and more important that I need to be content, just with everything. So I'm really, really trying to work towards all of that. Number 3, what is your art, or what would your art look like 10 years from now? I guess a slightly esoteric response when I think about it is 10 years from now, I want to be making the kind of art that I see when I'm really inspired by something, movie, music, other artists' work. When I do that now, there's still this kind of schism between the two, but so I'm hoping, 10 years from now, those things align, that I can make that work. I'm yes, it's me, but it connects with people, technically, obviously it's so, so much improved, but it's also just has that thing, that punch and that impact with people. So that's what I'm hoping, I can be in 10 years. Career-wise, when I auditioned for the Spark, I was kind of torn between animation and video games, and, as I was wrapping up, I realized how much I love visual development and production design. I love props, and I love, world building, but I realized that my heart really is in the game industry. And so, I hope 10 years from now I'll be working at a game company, or, doing that freelance, concept art production, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping to, really, start focusing my work and my portfolio, in that artistic direction, or that career direction. Number 4, who's your favorite Muppet? Well, I'm a child of the 80s, so I love the Muppets. This makes me so happy, this question. Hard to choose, they're all amazing. I'm going with Miss Piggy, because Miss Piggy is crazy, but sweet in a weird way when it comes to her relationship with Kermit. It's so dysfunctional. It's hilarious. So, Team Miss Piggy all the way. Next question, how much time do you spend practicing fundamentals and working from observation? Why? When I was in art school, I practiced fundamentals a lot. Then you get out of art school, it's easy to fall into the drawing from your head trap again. And I definitely have. But recently, I've been really trying to work on drawing, for observation more, and also, drawing everything, not just people, because I can get really hung up on drawing people, and trying to, work on painting studies and doing film studies, because I think those are so important, and I get so much out of that. But I'd say realistically, I spend maybe an hour to 3 hours a week, which I don't feel like is enough at all. So I'm hoping with this course I can really, start getting, doing that more, and pushing that need to really do that every day. As far as why, so if I look at a piece, I'm like, what's wrong with this piece? And I break it down. Always, always, every single time. What's wrong with it? Something fundamental. Always. It's like either some, the composition, the values aren't reading. Always. It's just, it never fails. So it's like, it doesn't matter what I've done to the piece. If those fundamentals aren't there, the piece just isn't going to work, And so that's why they're so important. That's the foundation of your entire structure. You have to have that. It doesn't matter what brush you use or, how beautiful the colors are. The fundamentals have to be there. And I've realized that so much recently. So, yeah, I think that's really why you need to practice this a lot. My relationship with failure's changed a lot over the years. When I was in art school, it was like failure, doom. It was like a thing hanging over my head. After art school, then I had like this horrible, like, oh, well, that's inevitable. Well, that's a terrible attitude. I mean, like, if you think failure's inevitable, it's going to happen. That's just like, it's embarrassing to even think about. I thought like that. And so now, I look at failure as like, failure is an opportunity. It's actually a positive thing because you can look at, okay, why did this fail? Okay, now I can break it down. Okay, and and you can learn from that. So failure is a learning experience. That's exactly what it is. And so yeah, that's really what I'm trying to look at that, from now on. And number 7, how do you respond to direct, tough love criticism? I think I'm like that kid with the porridge bowl where I'm like, more please, because that is the best thing ever. It's so hard to get good criticism now. It's like out of school situation, like really informed, non-biased, like educated criticism, coming from that person, so hard. And being the Spark has just changed that for me, completely realizing how amazing that is. Like Sarah's crits are just fantastic. So I'm like a sponge. Give me more. Like I love it. Like seriously, it's amazing. I blush thinking about it. I'm so excited. Anyway, I made it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Bye.